I first of all must like to thank all of you for taking our time. Time is precious, and time is money, and time is our commitment to ourselves and to our business. So thank you hugely to be here with me for the next 1 hour. Uh, Let me start this webinar on a little joke on myself, right? So I thought, okay, let me share a story with you, which is actually a true story, and it's a pun intended on myself, and it's actually true. So almost a decade back, when I wanted to start polar tourism, adventures in the polar segment, I was very intrigued by Northern Lights, especially, and still people are, right? So I was in Dublin almost a decade back with my children. They were staying over there, and it was December. And I was standing out in the evening, looking at the sky, hoping that I'll see Northern Lights, not knowing that you can see the Northern Lights from Dublin or not. But I was just, optimistic. And behold, I saw some lights, dancing up in the sky. So I was like ecstatic, okay, Northern Lights, is that true? And I called out my family. And they all came, and ever since it's the joke of my family now on me that those were not the Northern Lights, they were just the Christmas laser lights, dancing lights that they throw up in the sky. So तब से मेरा वो इतना joke बन चुका है family का. So every time you talk about Northern Lights and अगर Dublin आता है, so I'm the butt of the jokes. But that's a true story, and a real fun on me. That's how the journey started. But it's been a great journey for the last decade. Our explorations, to the polar regions have been really, really ecstatic, and I've been greatly inspired by going over there. It's been almost 20 years, 29 years now that Holiday Moods Adventures has been working in this field in adventure tourism. We started off as one of the greatest trekking tour operating companies, and we were into almost every valleys of Uttarakhand and Himachal. We used to never repeat a valley, but then that's history now, and we are more into an outbound adventure, because in 2013 ATOAI last held the vision mission meeting, where we all aspired to help ATOAI members do adventures globally, 7 continents. And here, after 13 years, I'm proud to say that this should be the first webinar on outbound adventure tourism, and here we go. So I'll cut the story short, and I'll speak more with visuals and some reels. I have a small presentation which will be for around 40-45 minutes, and then we'll have a 15 minutes in a Q&A, and hopefully this should keep you engaged throughout. I hope everyone can see the screen. Anyone thumbs up? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, fantastic. One moment. I hear some voice in the background. Can everyone please leave?
Somebody
May I request everyone to keep. There we go. Okay, so welcome to this quick presentation. It's like a Nordics in a nutshell, the gateway to the Nordics, and I'll try my best to share with you some knowledge about the destination and the products both together over here today. I'm grateful to ATOAI because it is their platform that they have been kind enough to give me this opportunity. So here we go. These are the destinations that I will be talking to you about today in my presentation. So as you can see on the screen, I am focusing upon the Arctic region majorly and Antarctica down south. I want to start first with Finland. Finland is really a popular destination now because Visit Finland has really done some great hard work in marketing, coming to India, doing road shows. So it's quite popular, and especially with Santa Claus, as you can see in the picture, it is truly a sought after destination. Now, what does Finland publicize? First of all, as the happiest country in the world, and they also offer the cleanest air and water. That's their marketing pitch, which actually does very well. Rovaniemi is extremely popular because being the home of Santa Claus, and Finnish Lapland is also famous for three major things that they have pioneered. First is the glass igloos, where you sleep and you can see the northern lights through the glass. Second, they also have an Arctic snow hotel which is open 365 days a year. And then they have a polar zoo where you have the Arctic animals. It's at a place called Ranua, which is also open 365 days a year. Now, Sweden and Finland have something in common that is called the Gulf of Bothnia. So the sea freezes in the winter, and you have an activity called the Polar Icebreaker Cruise, which is quite popular, which you can do both from Sweden and from Finland. Now, the winter activities are quite common in the Arctic countries, whether it be Sweden or Norway or Finland, or so sledding activities like husky, reindeer, snowmobiling, frozen waterfalls, ice fishing, you'll find them to be a little repetitive in my presentation, but I have to make a note of that these are available in most of these regions. Northern Lights is one of the biggest attraction, and it's the biggest product as of now, and you can see the Northern Lights in various formats, which I will be talking to you about. So I've seen Northern Lights in the end of August also, and I've seen Northern Lights in the in fact, I was just there in April in Kiruna on the 21st of April, and I saw Northern Lights at 1:30 a.m. So Northern Lights are there all the time. It's only when the sun is up you can't see them, and as it gets dark, especially in this time, you have an ability to see the Northern Lights. Summer is great. You also have incredible wilderness hikes, glaciers, simply hiking in the ferries and eating them right there itself, midnight sun. Sauna is a way of life in these countries. I'll move to the next destination called Norway. The photo is an original photo, and the place over here is called Lofoten, which are truly a spectacular destination in Norway. Let's see a small reel on Norway as to what does Norway offer. Right, so I love this reel, and I really get goosebumps when I hear this music. I truly, really admire this music. Let's talk about some attractions of Norway, why Norway is so popular. And I will take you season wise so that it becomes very easy for you to understand when to sell Norway and how to sell Norway in what season. Let's start with winters, which are the most popular one. So winter is the time for the Northern Light chase, as I discussed in the last slide also. In Norway, you can also do whale watching from the month of November to January. So north of Tromsø is a place called Skjervøy, where you have whales for 2 months coming over there. Frozen waterfalls are found almost everywhere in the Arctic region. I spoke about the sledding activities, so husky, reindeer, snowmobiling, ice fishing. Frozen waterfall, ice climbing is very popular. And in summer, as we come, so the same husky sledding converts into a husky hike. which simply man actually choose a husky dog, and the dog actually takes you out for a hike into the mountains and brings you back. It's incredible, isn't that? Glaciers are accessible, they're right on the road. You can do day activities on the glaciers, come back to the road, sleep in your comfort zones. Whitewater rafting is fantastically popular over there. Thundering waterfalls. Norway has one of the most incredible highest waterfalls in the entire Europe. Now some activities are also possible all the year round. Now which are they? So the snow resort, which is in Sweden, in Finland, in Norway, all three places you have a snow resort, which is more like a museum and also an accommodation. So you can sleep in the snow hotel on the ice of bed very comfortably, and it is usually maintained at -4 degrees. I'll show you a reel next, which is coming up. King crab fishing, which you can see on the right in the picture, is only possible in the country of Norway, up in north in a place called Kirkenes. It's written with a K, but a K is a sh in Norwegian language. And a baby king crab, as you can see, is around 1.5 meter big, and an adult can go up to 3 meters. So it's almost like bigger than a human being. The rigid inflatable boat safaris can be done throughout the year. There's an Arctic train, the highest train in the world, which runs between Norway and Sweden, and I'll be mentioning this when I come to Sweden also in the destination. So that's a great USP. So what does Norway offer, which is found only in Scandinavia over here? So few USPs are Northern Light chase on a luxury cruise. So in Finland, in Sweden, you can do it on the land, but in Norway, you can do it on a luxury cruise called Havila Voyage. North Cape is last point on the Europe continent. It's a great Instagram photo opportunity. In fact, in the last reel, I don't know if you saw, there was a big globe, so that was the North Cape. King crab fishing, which I just spoke about. Geiranger Fjord and Sogne Fjord are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The fjords in Norway are absolutely spectacular, beautiful. And then exceptional polar Arctic wildlife, so polar bears and whale watching in Norway. I spoke about the Arctic train, but you can do a Northern Light chase in a train only in Norway. So these are only USPs of Norway I'm trying to talk about. And the first photo of Norway, if you recollect, which was an amazing photo, is of the Lofoten Islands. They are called the Caribbean of Scandinavia. Absolutely stunning. And Svalbard is the last island before North Pole, which is the part of Norway, where we can one can go flying straight away at Longyearbyen, or you can also do expedition cruising, which I will talk about in the coming slides. Let's see a quick reel on the snow hotel. Yeah, so I love the Huskies, they are incredible. When you go and meet them, they are super excited to meet all of you. It's actually a great experience of doing Husky sledding in the Arctic Circle. Okay, so I move on to the next destination, which is Sweden. Now, Sweden is landlocked between Norway and Finland. And actually, Sweden was the main geographical country from which Norway and Finland split, and the countries were made. Now, what are the highlights of Sweden? Again, I'll try and go season wise so that it becomes easy for everyone to understand how to promote Sweden. So you'll find again a lot of repetition, in Sweden that you also saw over there. But Swedish Arctic the Lapland of Sweden is very different from the Lapland of Finland. It's very remote. You don't have many tourists coming over there compared to Finland. You also have mountains bordering Norway in Sweden, so it makes it very exciting as you compare it to Finland. Norway is spectacular on its own because you have high mountains, you have fjords, you have Norway is absolutely outstanding. So Northern Light chase, polar ice cruise, frozen waterfalls, sledding activities, and you have a lot of luxury spas where in an outside it could be minus 20 degrees, but you could be out in a hot tub at 38 degrees Celsius. So it's a great experience of being in a hot tub yet with minus 20 outside and watching Northern Lights. It's a great experience. My apologies, I can see my spelling mistake of northern. The N is missing from northern. Sorry for that. I will amend afterwards. Now in summer, you can do glacier walks and rafting and husky hikes also. Kiruna also has an ice hotel. The same Arctic train which runs between Narvik and Kiruna, which is Norway and Sweden. You have iron ore as a specialty in Sweden. Sweden has always been a country supplying iron ore ever since the 12th, 13th century to the world. And one of the biggest iron ore mines in Kiruna is still active. I just recently went over there in this April and I was stunned to see 900 kilometers of road inside the mine. We went 534 meters down. There's an amazing cafe. You can have a coffee, a fika, and there's an auditorium and there's a museum. I think it was fantastic what we spent a couple of hours there down in the iron ore mine. Sami villages and luxurious heritage manors in the archipelagos, which can be done throughout the year. Next destination, Iceland. Incredible nature on the road, and let's see how. Yeah, so Iceland is an incredible destination, and I remember maybe 4 years ago we were there, and it was the month of October, I think, and we were in the Blue Lagoon, and there was a storm, a big, very big storm, and it was howling, and we were advised not to go out. But then we wanted to go to the Blue Lagoon, which we did, and it was, I think, freezing outside. Could have been -5 or 6, but we were there in the Blue Lagoon in the warm water. So it was a very incredible experience, and Iceland is amazing. Iceland has such great USPs. It's nature on the road. The Vatnajökull glacier is one of the largest glaciers in Europe, which you saw in the reel. The geysers are very unique to them. Active volcano tourism is found in Iceland. Cave tours are also amazing experiences. So Iceland, I think, is very, very incredible destination, which I truly like. And another experience that we had this October was we were in Akureyri, and we saw in 45 minutes 8 spottings of whale. So all our ATOAI members who are into wildlife tourism, I think the Arctic region holds a great merit of going to these destinations and spotting the wildlife which it's known for. And Akureyri is fantastic with such great spotting of the whales over there. But there are 4 major circuits in Iceland: Silver Circle, Golden Circle, South Circle, and the Diamond Circle, which is up in the north from Akureyri. And you can do Iceland on a self-drive. You can do seat and coach. You can also do it on a luxury ship. So there are many ways of doing Iceland. My next destination is Faroe Islands. Now, not many people have heard about these islands, and I don't blame anyone, because it's such a tiny spot in the North Atlantic Ocean that many people miss it. But it's known for its great dramatical features and what it shows. Its natural heritage is amazing. And as you can see in the map, it's in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean between Iceland and Norway and north of Scotland. Now there are daily flights and regular connections to Tórshavn, which is the capital of Faroe Islands. Atlantic Airways is the national carrier. It flies directly from the various European cities, as you can read. SAS, which is based out of Copenhagen, which used to be based out of Oslo first, but now moved to Copenhagen, gives you daily connections year round. Iceland Air also flies from Keflavik, and Widerøe from Norway flies from Oslo and Bergen. So you can add the Faroe Islands to your programs, to your itineraries as an extension. And if there is a client who is really passionate about nature and wildlife and birds, I think you can even do a 12-nighter also. We have a program for that also. Now, this is why people would like to go to Faroe Islands. Very, very dramatic. In fact, I remember a James Bond movie also being shot over here. So that's how dramatic it is, and it's incredible. So like our Himalayan regions, it can rain, it can howl any day of the time of the day. You have to be ready. It can be a nature, and I think I saw so many waterfalls in the first 30 minutes in Faroe Islands, which was incredible. After every 2-3 minutes, the road used to wind and we used to see another great waterfall. My last destination before I move on to the cruising section is Greenland. Greenland is one of the last frontiers of a planet which is still under the ice cap, ice sheet, very less frequented as of now, but absolutely stunning and beautiful. Now, Greenland is the curiosity of going to Greenland is because to see the icebergs, as close-up encounters as you can expect to. Walking on the ice cap is a great experience. Meeting Inuits and Eskimos is another great experience. Polar bears, whale watching in the wildlife. You also have dog sledding over here, and the dogs over here are the Malamutes, which are much more stronger and bigger as compared to the Huskies, the Siberian Huskies. You can also see Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis in Greenland. There are no roads between the cities in Greenland, so either you fly from one town to another or you go by water. Uh, Initially, till I would say last year, going to Greenland was a little challenge because you had to fly from Copenhagen to a place called Kangerlussuaq, which was in the middle of Greenland, very remote place. There's nothing over there, and then you used to take another flight to go wherever you wanted to. Maybe Ilulissat, maybe Nassau, maybe Nuuk. But now Nuuk has a new international airport, so you have direct flights going from Copenhagen to Nuuk. So which means we have flights going from Delhi and Bombay to Copenhagen now. So Air India flies from Delhi to Copenhagen, and Indigo and SAS fly from Mumbai to Copenhagen. So the next day, if you want, you can be in Nuuk if you miss the connection, because usually these are morning flights which go. But if you can also make it a quick one stop from Copenhagen straight to Greenland from India also. We have now fixed departures with airfares built in from Copenhagen that we are promoting. And I would say a good time to go is April to October, although Greenland is accessible 12 months a year. And of course, you can also do a land, and you can do it on a expedition cruise, both together. So after my destinations, I'm going to talk about a little on a collection of the cruise liners that we have and we distribute in India as a B2B model. The first one is called Havila Voyage. Havila is a luxury coastal cruise of Norway. It only operates on the coast of Norway 12 months a year. Brand new ships which have just come on the waters, and it's operated by a Norwegian company which is 130 years old. The next cruise line that we distribute is another spectacular, beautiful product called Swan Hellenic. Now these are 5-star boutique, absolutely luxury expedition cruise ships to all the 7 continents on our planet. And the next two one are called Viking Line and Silja Line. So these cruise lines operate between the Baltic Sea, connecting Finland, Sweden, Estonia, and also Russia. But as of moment, because of the war, St. Petersburg is not on the route, but historically it was always on the route. And as we go ahead, yesterday we have also picked up another cruise line which is called Antarctic 21. So we will be distributing Antarctic 21, which is the only cruise line which offers you a fly cruise, which means you don't have to cross the Drake's Passage if you don't want to, or if you have less time. So you will be able to fly from Punta Arenas in Chile to their own territory near the Antarctic Peninsula, a 5-night sailing, and you're back in Punta Arenas. So this is how a Swan Hellenic ship looks like. This is the Vega that you see in the picture. It's a 5-star boutique expedition ship which I just spoke about, and their punchline is that we take you to the world's least visited places. But they have 3 ships, and they are built on Polar Class 5 and 6 technology, which is the latest in the world as of now. What does it offer you? It offers you everything, every comfort that you can expect to. You have a 24-hour room service. They pick you up from the airport. They take you to a hotel, which is one night before you start an expedition cruise. They give you all the shore excursions, which will be included. There is nothing to be paid, no gratuity to be paid, all taxes included, all alcoholic drinks included, all meals on board included. They also give you a parka if you're going to Antarctica or to the Arctic region. And if you're going to Greenland, Svalbard and Antarctica, so the chartered flights are also included in the cost. So if you fly to Buenos Aires, they will receive you, take you to a 5-star hotel, next day a flight to Ushuaia and a 9-night sailing across the Drake's Passage, and you come back to Buenos Aires. Similarly, when you go to Svalbard, you fly from Copenhagen to Longyearbyen and back, and if you go to Greenland, we fly you from Copenhagen to Nuuk and back. These are the destinations that Swan offers you. So practically every continent in our on the earth is what they offer you. Antarctica, South Georgia, Africa, Svalbard, Greenland, Iceland, Caribbean islands, Costa Rica, so Asia Pacific, they give you everything. Now all these 3 ships are fantastic. They carry just 152 passengers, which is Vega and Minerva, and Diana carries 192, which was built the last in 2023. But the ratio is amazing, which means that On 152 guests, there would be 120 crew to service them. So the ratio is 1 is to 1.3. That's such a amazing ratio, and that is the reason why people who have gone on Swan, they come back absolutely ecstatic that this was the most amazing holiday we have ever had. Their expedition team is absolutely state of the art. You'll find the most knowledgeable guides on the cruise ship to make your experience delightful. That's how it looks like from inside. It's an all-suite ship. You don't have portholes, you don't have inside cabins. All you have straight away is the ocean view, which you see on the right, and big, large, almost like French windows going up to the suite cabins. Let's see what Swan looks like and the destination it offers. So that was Swan, and it's a truly incredible product. I move on to the next cruise line, which we are super proud of, which is Havila Voyages, and I spoke to you about it, that it's a Norwegian company and 130-year-old shipping company, and they launched their own cruise ships, 4 cruise ships on the water. It's a great moment of pride for this Norwegian company, and it's called Havila. It's a great responsible cruise line, and I'll talk to you about that, how and why. But the biggest USP, I would say, that it does showcase the coast of Norway to you and all the beautiful attraction and activities that you can do off the ship. But the best way to see the northern lights from the comfort of the cabins is on the Havila voyage. Fundamentally, what do we do when we chase the northern lights? We take you away in a cab, in a coach, away from the town where we find darkness, or we drive for around 100 kilometers, 200, sometimes 300 kilometers. Sometimes it ranges from 6 hours to 8 hours. It's very exhausting. It's not easy to see the northern lights. But a ship always sails in darkness. So you can it's very simple mathematics and logic, that if you're just on the cruise and if you're sailing down the coast of Norway, and the probability of seeing the northern lights is the highest on a cruise ship. It's already won the Next Generation Ship Award way back in 2023. Great high on sustainability, because it runs on battery pack for 4 hours with 0 emissions in the fjords. And Norway announced it last I don't know when, 2, 3, 4 years back, that by June 2026 they will not allow ships into the fjords which run on fossil fuel. So Havila is already much in advance, ahead of time, and not only the ship is beautiful, but it's so silent. I remember that we were standing on the pier watching the ship come in, and the ship stood right next to us. It was we couldn't hear the ship. We couldn't even hear the water. It was so incredible experience that such a large vessel coming right next to you can't even hear it. There are no buffet dinners on Havila as a concept. Why? Because there is a lot of food wastage when you serve buffet meals. Now, it's sit down, fine dining, 3-course meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even in Swan, you don't get a sit down breakfast, but in Havila, you do get it. And as a result, they save food waste, 15 tons food waste per ship per year. So multiply into 4 ships. That's the reason Havila claims to be one of the most sustainable tourism products of the world. 4 ships, absolutely identical. First was Capella, which came, followed by Castor, followed by Polaris, and last was Pollux to come. Absolutely identical, inch to an inch. Small is beautiful. So they offer you just 179 stateroom with 640 passengers, right from an inside cabin of 11 square meter going up till the presidential suite of 45 square meter. Apart from your comforts or whatever cabin you choose, all the experiences of the ship and off the ship are absolutely same. So it's just a matter of how do you want to sleep the night. Rest, the experience remains the same. That's how Havila looks from inside. Beautiful Scandinavian interiors, incredible restaurant, and as you eat your meals, you can see Northern Lights, you can see the coast of Norway, which is so tremendous. Incredible accommodation, as you can see over here in the pictures. Let's see a movie of how does Havila look from inside. So if I sum up, all I can say is that we are a luxury travel specialist for 8 sectors. We are a destination management company for Norway, Finland, Iceland, Sweden, Denmark, Faroe Islands, Greenland, and Antarctica. We offer you products and packages in various formats for these sectors which I just mentioned. We can give you fixed departures of seat and coach. We can give you self-drive packages. We can give you a flight cruise. So this, what you see on the screen, is our cruise offering. So for Norway, we have a flight cruise product where we have firm prices till November 2027. It's 6 nights, 7 days, and you can add a pre and a post, making it to a 10 night, 11 days holidays with firm prices and commissionable, of course. Swan Hellenic, I spoke to you about, you saw a reel also. You can choose a destination and you can book your thing, and of course commissionable. Same for Viking Line and Silja, but usually Viking and Silja line is used for a land cruise combo packages that we keep on creating. And as I come to the land and fixed departure packages, we have packages ex-Copenhagen for Greenland and Faroe Islands with airfare inbuilt. For Iceland, we have seat and coach fixed departures. We have self-drive. You can book even if you want to just book activities with us. So we are a company which also offers you unlocked products. If you know what you have to do, if you are aware about the destination, you can simply book an activity like a Northern Light chase with us, and of course get commissions. Now I see a lot of our travel partners, simply going to Wire Tours and getting your guides and booking the activities straight away on that, not realizing that their MRPs are also higher, and at the same time they offer you no commission. And we offer you a 5 to a 15% commission on the various activities that we do. and we customize. So you can also have private, tours that we can arrange for your HNI clients, people who wish to pay more. So we can also do customized trips to Norway, Scandinavia, Sweden, etc. If you are there in the region, we would love to host you also. If you book D-60, and if you're going to Norway, we can offer you straight away 40% discount. It's my job to get your company approved, and I'll give you this 40% off. Group booking starts only with 15 passengers, and we give you one tour leader free of cost. If you're in Shirkenes, we'll offer you complimentary multiple activities over there, so you can experience firsthand what you want to sell. If you're in Stockholm or Helsinki, we can take you on the cruise to Tallinn, or maybe overnight from one city to another. If you're Swan Hellenic, I can't offer you a free the fam for Swan, because that's a little tad expensive product. But yes, our group bookings start with only 6 cabins. In fact, on Antarctic 21, it's starting at only 8 people, right? So that's just 4 cabins. So we have various ways to empower our travel partners like your good self. What's a USP? It's been 29 years that Holiday Moods has been into our existence. So right from being a trekking tour operator way back when we started in 1997, we trailblazed the regions and the valleys of Uttarakhand and Himachal all the way till 2021. And in the process, we also started building our own base camps and trekking, base camps and our adventure camp retreats. So we built one just outside Delhi called Camp Wild Retreat, which is still functional. It's been 22 years. It's a fantastic thing. I'll be talking about it in the last slide before I end. And we also had one trekking trail project up in Dharamshala, which we ran right till 2021, called Snowmonk Camp. So from being a trekking tour operator to owning our own adventure camps and retreats, and now we are into outbound adventure tourism to the polar countries. So we sell what we have seen. We don't sell what you just read on the internet and chat GPTs. We have a global presence in India, UAE and Norway. We can take payments in all currencies, right from INR to dollars to euros to pounds to kroners. We can take anything. If you book cruise with us or activities, there is no GST. We simply give you the cruise ticket. You can book independent services. I spoke to you about this. You can just book activities, excursions, transport, guides. If you know what you have to book, we can help you. God's been kind, and we've had a great run for the last 29 years. Recently, we were amongst the Forbes Select 200, which is a great honor for us. We are very humbled with that. We were also very lucky to be reached as a finalist in the Expedition Cruise Network. This ceremony takes place in London every year in September, and last year we were the finalist. 2009, National Geographic top rated us as one of the great companies to work with. In last year, Enviromake Tourism of Awards gave us a award for high sustainability standards that we have. This is a organization in Padova in Italy. We also won the National Tourism Award in 2009. This January, we also were a finalist at the Economic Times MSME Awards. Great achievement. I'm very happy with that, with our own personal endeavors. TripAdvisor has been giving us, great appreciations ever since. We've also won some industry awards like SATE and OTM. It's been a good journey. And this is the retreat adventure activity center that I was trying to talk to you about. This is right outside Delhi on the Gurgaon Faridabad highway. If you have customers who if you have clients who are corporate clients and school groups, it's a great venue to be. It's set in 12 acres of land. We own the property. There are 27 cottages that we have, all very responsibly built. You can do all these adventures because we're in the middle of the Aravalli range, and we have built up a few activities inside the sector also. But there are some amazing hikes that you can do in the Aravalli Hills that you see in the backdrop in the photo. There are 6-7 lakes which are like a hidden lakes that we take you for a 1-hour walk to even a full day walk. We have a animal orphanage around with us. We have lots of village rural experiences that we can offer you. You can do your birthday parties, your team building, corporate offsites, etc. That's what Camp Wild is about. And lastly, about the soul behind the company is Me and Arshdeep, we are co-founders, we are directors, we are husband-wife. It's a family-run business which started way back in 1997. I spoke to you about her journey. I'm very proud to share with you achievements of Arshdeep. She was bestowed with the Women's Achiever Award for promotion of adventure tourism in 22 by Informa Markets, which organized SATE and Travel Agent Association of India. She also was bestowed with the Women's Entrepreneur Award by the Tourism Alliance India organization, TIA, and she is the current Vice President of the Adventure Tour Operators Association. She's the founder chairperson of the Women's Collective, and she's also been on the Outbound Tour Operators Association of India as the EC member. I will let you guys read through about me, although Rekha was very kind to speak some few good words about myself, but so let's learn, let's sell, let's grow together, and the Q&A session is open. If anyone has questions, you're more than welcome to put up the questions, ask me, and maybe you can also do this webinar with me, your emails, or you can you can always tell me what is it that you want me to help you with. There's a question saying that what is the difference between Arctic and Antarctic? Oh, Arctic is the northern part of our planet and Antarctic is the southern part of the planet. So that's the southern pole, that's the northern pole.
Hi, Arshdeep. Can you hear me? This is Paramjeet.
Hey, Paramjeet, Sat Sri Akal, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks. That was absolutely spectacular presentation. Thank you so much. And for us also, representing the Nordic Tourism Collective in India, it was a great learning for us as well, because these are new clients for us. I just wanted to ask if you could shed a little bit of information on the safety features on these big cruise vessels. I mean, they're out in the water, there's not much around. If there's a, God forbid, something like an engine failure or something, what are the safety features on these vessels that can give assurance to passengers that everything is safe and secure?
Great questions, Paramjeet, and I think that's something that everyone should ask and is asking nowadays finally, because I see a lot of business happening in India where nobody talks about safety. Everyone talks about the lowest price, which is the pain point for all of us in this webinar today. And not even if you're not in the webinar, everyone talks about the same problem in the world, especially with the adventure tour operators all around the country. It's a subject, but in a nutshell, if I just try to say that, is that these ships are incredible. These are the latest ships which have been built with the highest safety standards possible. Multiple engines are there. If one engine fails, so it is not going to stall the journey, or you can be caught somewhere in the middle. These ships are even brave enough to brave storms. I remember Mohit and team were there this April, and we were hosting 9 of these companies on the Havila, and they were caught in the storm. They had to board the vessel and they couldn't, so they had to fly to Tromsø and board the ship. So full 1 day, 24 hours of storm, and the ship was absolutely rock solid. It docked at Tromsø, and then these guys boarded. Similarly with Swan also. So these are ships which are like truly, they make us proud that as we go ahead in life, these ships are a delight. Example, crossing the Drake's Passage way back, let's say 6-7 years ago, was really a nightmare. Even today, it's called the Green Apple Diet. Ships, you would feel so sick crossing the Drake's Passage. But now with the PC5 and PC6 technology, the ships are so stable that even if you have a 10 feet high wave going out in the open next to a window, and your glass full of water or wine would not move. So that's how stable these ships are. Sorry, can't really give you a very short answer on your question, but all I can say is that these ships are truly a delight and very safe.
Great, thank you.
Somebody is asking Travel Expedia. Tourism Sagar is saying, since Northern Lights are natural phenomenon, can never be guaranteed among the key viewing destinations such as this. And so absolutely, it's a natural phenomenon. There is no doubt about it. But the specific region, so I would say the Arctic region as such is completely okay anywhere you want to do. But let's fundamentally understand that why can't you see the Northern Lights in the season between September and April? So when it is snowing, when the sky is overcast, right? That is the time when you will not be able to see the Northern Lights. It's very simple, So I personally love the months of September till November because the snow starts falling by that time, and it ends by the middle of February, give or take, more or less. But it's not that it will not fall. But then post end of February right till the April first week, it's crystal clear blue skies, and you have snow around with you. There are a lot of activities happening. So I try and share this information with everyone that if you want to really put a bet to it, my bet month would be September to November, and from Feb mid till April first week. And like I said, we saw Northern Lights on the 21st of April in Kiruna just a few months ago. And I also mentioned that seeing the Northern Lights on the cruise ship is another way of really upping the ante. That it's not a guarantee, but the probability of seeing the Northern Lights will definitely be much more higher if you are on the ship. I hope that answers your question. Which visa do you need for Faroe? There's another person asking, and I think Arshad has already replied that it's Denmark. So even if you have, let me also elaborate on this. For example, you might be holding a visa from Switzerland for next 2 years. But if you want to go to Faroe Islands, you still will have to go to a Danish embassy and take a visa. It's almost the same fees as the visa, like a sticker that you're allowed to go to Greenland or to Faroe. So if you don't have a visa for Schengen, it's better to apply. And if you're doing a multi-country, so better to apply to the Denmark embassy, take your ticket, okay, to go to Faroe or to and more questions, please. I can't read any more chats. I'm just scrolling through the chat and trying to see if there are more questions. Yeah, the presentation will be shared. So, Nishita, go ahead. You have a question?
Yeah. How well does this cruise
Sorry?
How well does cruise cater to Jain Indians, especially in India?
Oh, you mean the meals on the cruise ship. Now, interestingly, Swan has inducted Indian chefs on the cruise ships. In fact, for me, this was like a great, delight, when I heard that. I had no clue, and we have been after their lives, okay, Indian khana khila do yaar. It is very important. You want the business from India, yet tum Indian khana nahi khila rahe ho, and Indian chefs are everywhere in the world. But to our delight, so Swan offers you Indian meals, and giving a vegetarian meal or even a Jain meal should not be a problem, because we can easily put in a note to the chefs that this is the segment coming, so please help. हो जाएगा. लेकिन हवेला में नहीं होगा. हवेला Norwegians are very strict. They will not allow any other meal to be cooked apart from Norwegian meal. But of course, they have the world cuisine, so you can have your Italian vegetarian, you can have Mexican vegetarian, you have the Norwegian vegetarian. That is not a problem. Their soups, their breads, their salads, their food is absolutely top class. It's as like a Michelin star experience that you have in Havila. But Indian khana nahi, I'm sorry for that. But but that's the way it goes. बहुत सारे हैं. So you can do a mix and match. Like Bergen में आपको Indian restaurant मिल जाएंगे, Trondheim में मिल जाएंगे, Tromsø में मिल जाएंगे, Rovaniemi में मिल जाएंगे. Kiruna में we can fly an Indian chef and give you Indian meals now in Kiruna also. Stockholm में मिल जाएंगे, Uppsala में मिल जाएंगे.
मेरे साथ Indian थे passengers, Indians were Jain passengers थे. तो उनको अपना खाना करके कहीं मिला, पर बीच में उनको थोड़ी दिक्कत हुई. And again, I've got lot of queries with Jain people. So
Possible. We can.
Lovely. Thanks.
So Haas is asking that based on the experience, how well are Swan and Havila performing in the Indian markets? So Haas, all I can say is that these are new products. So So people who don't know about Swan and Havila, for example, they are just taking time. It's just a matter of time where people come to know about these products, and it's very good to go, because the quality that they're offering, the price that they're offering is incredible. There is no other ship on the water which is offering a top end high class experience at these prices. You can compare the Swan Hellenic price with any top end cruise line, and I would like to name a few. For example, Pono, for example, Scenic, for example, Seaborn, Silver Seas. You can compare, a Swan Hellenic to this segment. Rest all are below this segment, and you'll be amazed and delighted to see that the prices that they're offering are cheapest in the bracket, and sometimes they're also in competition with the cruise brands which are much more lower than Swan Hellenic. So fantastic is the word, and all those people who have come back from Swan and Havila, they say it is one of the most incredible journeys of a lifetime. I only see this going north, so as I can assure you, it's a great bet to place. These are the products actually to really push hard, and we'll go smiling to the bank. Phillips is saying, what are the cost of 7 days trip? Phillips, that's a very generic question, because I'm assuming that it's for Havila, it's not for Swan, because Swan journeys are a little longer. But give or take, Ocean View cabin for 7 days might set you back by 4,500 euros or 5,000 euros for 2 people, right? So that's all meals and your accommodation on Havila voyage. And if you take an inside, it will be more cheaper. If you take a balcony or a premium suite, it will be more expensive, Gaurav is asking, where can we find link to all the packages and activities? Gaurav, you can go to holidaymoods.net, and we will be giving the link to you. Rekha or Sonam, if you can post our contact details so people can actually do that. We have dedicated pages made for all our products that I showed you, all the destinations which I showed you, all the cruise lines which I showed you. So there is a lot of information on the website that we are putting as we speak also. We want that we unlock as many things as we can for everyone to understand the destination, to understand the product. We are a DMC for sure, and we also can give you a complete full service. If you want an unlocked thing, if you know your destination, if you know what you want to do, we have no problems. We want you to empower you. We want to empower the entire travel trade. So whether we have no problem, because our principle is very clear. It's on the website also. It's purpose before profits. It's written on the website. So we have a purpose to do, and profits will come eventually. So we are not here for profits. Sakshi is saying that you do only cruises. No, Sakshi, I showed a detailed presentation where we showed you all the destinations we do. We do Finland, we do Sweden, we do Iceland, we do Norway, we do Faroe Islands, Greenland. You can take land packages, you can take cruise packages. We distribute these cruise lines, and you can do a combo of a land and a cruise both together.
Tejbir, good afternoon.
Ashok ji, welcome.
Hi, this is Harsh from Tourism, Pune. Just wanted to ask if you combine a cruise and a land, how would you do it? What would your ideal itinerary be?
A cruise and a land ideal itinerary is, let's say, of Norway. Let's say only Norway, right? So you come to Oslo, we take you to, let's say, Flom, we take you to Bergen, we make you board the Havila voyage, you sail all the way up to Tromsø, for example, we take you off the cruise ship, or you can go all the way up to Kirkenes, we again fly you back. If you're in Tromsø, we can take you to Lofoten Islands, you can get down to Lofoten. So we can do this permutation combination completely. So whether you want 7 days land cruise combo, or you want a 17 days land cruise combo, or even more, we have no problem. We can do multi-country, we can do a Finland, Sweden, Norway all together with the cruise also. Even that's possible. Sakshi is asking that land packages available on the website. Absolutely. When you go on the website, you will find a lot of packages which you can straight away download, and these are Word files. and you can download these Word files. You can white label them. You can brand them with your own company. You can easily do that. Not only that, I will be sending you an email where you will be able to download a lot of media bank also. So you can download pictures, videos, these reels which I showed you. They are available. You can use them for promotion, and we are open to anything that you want. Whether you want ready-made flyers also, we can do that.
Tejbir, I remember during your last roadshow, you mentioned something like if there are some cruise liners, they get you're not able to see the northern lights, they refund you.
Absolutely. So that's Havila. So Havila says that if you book a return voyage and if you don't see the northern lights, they give you a 6 or a 7 nighter free completely of cost, and the validity will be for the next 1 year.
Okay. But subject to completely return.
It's for the return voyage. It's not for shorter voyages. If you book a 9 nighter and above, 9 or 11 nighter, and if you don't see the northern lights, they will give you a free voyage.
Okay, sure.
It's a great guarantee product. It's fantastic.
Okay.
More questions? Anyone who wants to know more about destination or products or whatever?
Apart from Iceland, just talking about Iceland, apart from the eclipse and northern lights part, what else can you see over there? Apart like a different from usual.
Iceland is incredible, and like I said, the USP is that the nature is on the road, right? I don't know of many destinations apart from the Nordic countries and especially Iceland where on the road you just drive and you come up to a geyser, you come up to a volcano, you come up to a ice cave, you come up to a volcano cave. There is so much that Iceland offers you. Whale watching, like I said, it's almost guaranteed. The probability rate of watching a whale in Iceland is as high as 95%. There is hardly any client who I know who's gone back saying that I did not see the whale. And if you do it on a rib boat, the whales are as close to you like 20 feet away. And like I said, I had 8 spottings in 45 minutes. That's Iceland and Northern Lights. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Iceland is an incredible destination, and I would definitely say promote self-driving. It's very easy because the roads are empty. Avoid the months of June, July and August because that's prime American and European holiday time. If you can avoid that, it's very easy, simple to drive in Iceland. It's very cheap. If you and taking a private car and a driver, okay, so in Europe you can do a private tour, right? You can hire a V class or a EQV and say driver के साथ में हमको France and Italy and whatever you can drive and you can, but it's super expensive. Nordics are not easy, and especially all the transport companies are owner driven. So if Tejbir, for example, owns a transport company in Iceland and I have, let's say, 12 cars, I will also drive my own car. That's how they work. And I will stay with you in the same hotel and I will eat on the same table in the same restaurant. So that really pushes the cost higher. So maybe you can avoid the private journeys only if you have a client who really has got good money in the pocket, then it is possible. But otherwise you can do many formats. Seat and coach kariye, self-drive kariye. You can do it on Swan Heronic on a luxury expedition cruise ship. They take you around. There are many ways of doing Iceland.
Anything more suitable towards people who cannot walk much or probably city citizens?
Iceland, that's what I'm saying. गाड़ी में बैठ के दिखाइए. गाड़ी सीधा स्कॉका फॉल्स वाटरफॉल पे लग जाएगी, सेरेंडिया फॉल्स पे लग जाएगी, सीधा ग्लेशियर लगून पे. You see icebergs falling in front of you. कहीं पर कुछ भी नहीं करना, वॉकिंग भी कुछ नहीं करनी है. That's Iceland.
Thank you.
The geothermal baths, the Blue Lagoon, for example, it's an incredible experience. किसी को चलने की जरूरत नहीं है. That's Iceland. It's a very friendly destination for senior citizens, for people who are not able to walk a lot, even on the wheelchair. I would say Iceland is fantastic.
अपना लाइसेंस चलता है और you need to have the international insurance.
इंडियन लाइसेंस चलेगा जी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप इंडियन लाइसेंस दीजिए और हम आपके लिए वो गाड़ी बुक कर देंगे. We can even give you camper vans, we can give you motor homes, we can give you self-drive cars, we can give you anything that you want.
Okay, thank you.
Motor homes and caravans are a great concept. So that also brings down the cost tremendously down. But you of course stay in the motor homes, and the parks are very well defined. It's a very very great concept of enjoying these destinations in a motor home or in a caravan. You can easily do that.
ये आइसलैंड पे क्रूज पे कोई एज लिमिट है?
Anybody who is independent to walk, jump, so even an 8-year-old, if you are okay to climb up to the ship and come down, so that's fine. अगर कोई बच्चा है, let's say कि वो 7-8 साल का है, and you are able to dress up yourself, climb up, come down, it's fine.
But कोई रूल बुक नहीं?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I can check and come back to you. But as per me, anything in the, for example, snowmobiling में है. Snowmobiling में you have I think age limit of something where you can't drive the snowmobile because license चाहिए होता है. Example, छोटा बच्चा भी जो है वो मतलब एक लिमिट तक मतलब आपका snowmobile में with the parents जा सकता है. So there it's a little technical thing. You're driving a thing on your own. But otherwise huskies में, reindeers में, going to this polar ice पे कुछ ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. So it's a very family friendly kind of destination and the products also. Raghav is saying that sometimes clients ask for Svalbard too with Norway apart from polar bears and wildlife. You can do that, Raghav, and especially in the summer months. So May to October is a month where you can easily combine Oslo, Tromsø and Longyearbyen. So there are direct flights which go to Longyearbyen, stay there for 3 nights. There's a lovely Radisson hotel over there and other options also to stay. You can do that. And we have a ready program for that also. It's on the website. You can download that right now if you want to. It's a 7-night, 8 days for Tromsø and for Svalbard. One more thing, Raghav, that polar bears cannot be spotted when you are doing a land package, right? If you're in Longyearbyen, you will not be able to see polar bears. So for that, you should be on the Swan Hellenic. You have to be on the ship which circumnavigates a complete, Svalbard. That is the right product to sell. If you just sell, fly into Longyearbyen and, with a promise to showcase polar bears, वो गलत हो जाएगा. That's not the right product to do.
Can you give a little more details about the Northern Light trains? Because we have experienced Santa Claus train, but then अभी जो नए viral हो रहे हैं
beware, caution. वो जो ट्रेन दिखा रहे हैं वो जो नॉर्दर्न लाइट्स की नॉर्वे की, that is fraud completely.
Okay, because client वो भेजते हैं वो पूछते हैं तो I want to know.
नहीं नॉर्दर्न लाइट्स ट्रेन है 100% है, लेकिन वो जो फोटो दिखा रहे हैं इंस्टाग्राम में वो गलत है. So that ग्लास डोम ट्रेन दैट इज नॉट देयर, वो बिल्कुल गलत है. प्लीज उसको मत प्रमोट करिए. इट्स गॉन वायरल, इट्स गॉन क्रेजी. इन फैक्ट नॉट वायरल, इन फैक्ट द ओनर्स ऑफ द ट्रेन इज अ गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन एंड ही आई वाज लाइक जोकिंग विद हिम. मैं कहा यार ये कमाल हो गया. कहता आई डोंट नो व्हाट द हेल इज गोइंग रॉन्ग विद पीपल, व्हाई आर दे नॉट प्रमोटिंग द राइट प्रोडक्ट. But the product is very similar. It's not a complete ice, roof, but the windows are very large, and the train is very nice, very spectacular, clean, beautiful, and not only. Sorry.
Cabin होता है या chairs वगैरह?
Chairs हैं. It's a chair, and it's a 3 hours, experience in the evening when they take you. दिन में होता है to show you the landscape, and the landscape of Narvik is amazing. I think I must encourage everyone कि Narvik को as a destination ज़रूर देखना start करें. It is a ski resort and the world championship of is being held in 2029 in Narvik. Narvik के में ही आपकी ट्रेन है जो दिन में आपको लैंडस्केप दिखाती है. You actually ride on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. mountains and the Atlantic Ocean and a train going on the side is incredible vision to have in your head. और रात को with northern lights तो मतलब वो सोने पे सुहागा types है. That's a great product. They have a polar park like Ranua, which is not known by many, but I went and I did an activity called Howl with the Wolves. They actually teach you how to howl like a wolf, and then they take you to the wolves and you howl and the wolves reply to you. It's a paid activity for sure, but it's like it gives you goosebumps कि सामने wolf आता है और मतलब we are against, ठीक है वो he's in a kind of a cage. It's a very large, 1 एकड़ के अंदर मतलब 4-5 wolves हैं, but the wolf comes to you when you call. The wolf comes to you and then वो वहाँ पर बैठ के howl करता है, यहाँ से मैं howl कर रहा हूँ. So it's incredible. So these are some rare experiences जो किसी को पता नहीं है. The gondola ride which takes you to the top of the mountain in Norway, and the view from there is to die for. ऐसा कहीं पर व्यू नहीं मिलेगा जहाँ पर आपको दूर तक Scandies दिख रहे हैं. So the Alps in Norway are called, the Scandinavian mountains are called Scandies. So you are very high up and you see Atlantic Ocean down below and you see all ice covered peaks in front of you. It's a view to die for, and people don't promote it. The only war that Adolf Hitler lost in his life was the Battle of Narvik. In the harbor, there are more than 12 ships which are sunken in the harbor, and we have an activity where we take you in the boat and we release a drone. So the drone वो कैमरा लेके जाता है और आपको पूरी वो जो बैटल शिप्स अभी तक मतलब है हार्बर में sunken है, we give you that entire historical tour. The museum in Norway, the war museum, is incredible. There is so much of the Nazi army artifacts over there. You can spend 6 hours in that museum if you really for it. But 2 घंटे से पहले कोई बाहर नहीं आएगा, मैं गारंटी करता हूँ. It is so engaging. Narvik is a hidden. If anyone has done New Zealand, and if you love the Great Atlantic Road, the Great Road Drive in Australia, in Melbourne, if you drive from Harstad Evenes Airport to Narvik, it is all next to the Atlantic Ocean. What a beautiful drive. It's an incredible drive because mountains के साथ कर रहे हो. Left में mountains है, right में Atlantic आपका ocean है, बर्फ से ढका हुआ. What a sight. Nobody talks about these hidden pockets of excellence. I really wish that all of you who are listening to the show, if you can, look up these things on the Google and website. And हमारे पास सब ये packages भी इनके ready हैं.
And I have done it and it is really safe.
There you go. There you go. Narvik is fantastic. And it also gives you access to the Lofoten Island, it gives you access to Tromsø, it gives you access to Kiruna. It's actually a hub. It's a great hub that people are overlooking. Because everyone wants to fly their clients, fly from Oslo to Bergen to Tromsø, Helsinki to Rovaniemi. The beauty is on the land. It's not up in the air. I think it's 4:25 and I have taken up a little more time also. If there are any more questions, I'm very happy to take the last one. Else, I'm always available and very happy to engage with you in whatever knowledge you wish to have. Don't worry about the business because it's never like आपने एक बार quotation मांग ली या 2 बार मांग ली and business नहीं आया. So it's okay with us. We have no problem because if we don't strengthen you, if we don't educate about the destination, nobody can sell. And don't just sell, based on chat GPTs and Google because they make a lot of mistakes and put you in a very bad situation. I think Sonam, over to you. Rekha, over to you.
Thank you for such an insightful and inspiring and engaging session, sir. So we are truly appreciate the time and efforts you have taken to share your knowledge with us. Thank you so much, sir. And we will encourage.
I'm just assuming that you'll be sharing the presentation link and our contact detail links. And you can also give my personal email ID. So if anyone wishes to write to me and ask me any more detail about the destination or the products, I can do that myself on one-to-one basis also.
Sure, sir.
I must thank Adventure Tour Operators Association, Rekha, you, Sonam, entire team. Thank you so much for organizing this for us. And we'll meet again shortly with another product.
Thank you so much, sir. And we will encourage all our members to actively participate in this session and showcase your own product, destination unit, tourism experience.
And all those of you, if you are not members of ATOAI, Adventure Tour Operators, here's another great opportunity of becoming a member, and you will find many more credible operators with some great products, and I'm sure it'll add to the strength of your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We look forward to welcoming all future webinars. Have a wonderful day ahead, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.